Welcome to Super Coach. Everybody needs a good coach in life. I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach, coming to you live from the Greatness Factory down in my loft. And today, I have a great subject for you that I think so many people overlook. So many people miss this concept, and it is how to open the door with anybody, anywhere, anytime. I'm going to teach you the strategies that I use to get in the room, to follow up appropriately, to open the door with key influencers. Like if you can't get in the room and you can't get in the door, then you're never going to be able to sell what it is you have. I'm Coach Michael Burt. You're watching Super Coach live from the Greatness Factory. I'm going to show you how to open any door, anywhere, anytime.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Welcome back to Super Coach. Glad to be back in the big city of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Man, last week, Pete O'Neill and Anita Hill and all the other people watching today, thank you. Last week was a grueling week for me. I was in Orlando, Florida, Salt Lake City, Utah, Houston, Texas, Breckenridge, Colorado. It was powerful, man. And I met so many cool people, right? I met so many cool people. And this morning when I came back to our office and I was teaching my staff, in our morning staff meeting, we were breaking down how do you get and keep people's attention. Like they saw me speak in Salt Lake City. They saw me in Orlando. They saw me in Houston. They saw me in Breckenridge. Boom, they're excited. Then we capture their information, and then we go back to them, okay? We go back to them, and guess what? Can't get their attention. And because we can't get their attention, Victor Maya, we can't help them. And so I was teaching the staff this morning as we go back and try to get their attention, how do you keep a person's attention? It kind of reminds me of my book, The Accountable Church, the new book I have out for churches. The subtitle is How to Get and Keep the Attention of Red Bull ADD People. Because you can't sell them anything unless you get their attention, right? And so for you, if you're out there in the world and you can't figure out how do I get in the room, number one, how do I find the right people? Number two, the Blue Marlins versus the Blue Gills. How do I follow up appropriately? How do I get their attention? Because sometimes my sales team's like, man, we can't get them on the phone. We can't get their attention. And I've probably gone at least 20 times to an insurance dude, and every time I do something in the insurance space and I'm successful, I let him know, man, I just work with 30 of the top State Farm agents in the country. I'm coaching 4 of the top call centers in the country. Farm Bureau is bringing me in to work with 160 of their agents. Like, man, why can't you notice how hard I'm working to get your attention? Maybe you're not interested. No, you're not interested because you don't know enough. When we know better, we do better. When we know better, we do better. Billy Lunsford, right? So my job is to get and keep your attention. If you can't open the door, you can't get in the building. If you can't get in the building and keep the attention, you can't help them and you can't sell them anything. And this is an art. Like, you got to figure out how to do this or you're never going to be able to do it. You're going to use the excuse, well, I just couldn't get their attention. And I'm going to ask you, what did you do to get their attention? Did you call? Did you text? Did you email? Did you phone? Did you use somebody else? Like today, I used a strategy with 2 insurance guys. Like, I sent them my whole day of coaching on $1 million follow-up. We sell that. And here's what I said. Most sales take between 7 and 15 touches 80% of the time. Okay? That's what most sales are, right? 80% of the time, 7 to 15 touches. Most insurance agents go 1 or 2 times. How many millions of dollars are you losing by not having $1 million follow-up? Most referrals should be worth 5.7 referrals after the transaction, but you're not following up. How good is your follow-up afterward? 98% of people never follow up. How good? So I just sent them the whole day on $1 million follow-up. If you don't have these assets, if you don't have something to push to people, if you don't have something in the future, then it's very hard, right? I see Pete Fournier on here. I'm going to send you something, Pete, when we get finished. Richard Pearl on here, because if you don't have these assets, then it's very hard to open the door if you don't have something valuable. So just know this, getting in the door is vital. How do you get in the door? Staying in the door, following up, keeping a person's attention. And I have all kinds of examples. I'm coaching a young financial advisor this morning, and I'm saying to that young financial advisor, I'm saying, look, if you don't have a strategy, like you need a white paper, you need 7 ways that you help people double their income. You need an event to push people to. You need something that they want. You need something that would allow you to say, hey, I'm going to follow up with you. I'm going to get your attention. I'm going to do this, right? That's the key thing that you need. So we come back in segment number 2. We're talking about the value of getting in the door. How do I get in the door? I'm going to start with some basics, some basic things that most likely you didn't learn in school. How do I get in the door? You're going to be surprised with the number one thing I do to get in the door. Right, Diego? There's my man, Dale Childress, Pete Fournier, Paul Martin Van Neville. Thank you guys for joining us on Super Coach. When we come back, I'm going to show you how to get in the door, how to stay in the door, and how to get in the room with the Blue Marlins versus the Blue Gills. And you're watching Super Coach, and I'm Coach Michael Burt.
Monster Producer has completely changed my business. I created a whole new service level from being a part of Monster Producer. One event that I came to caused me to think completely differently about what accounting is, what it does for other companies, and how we really help people. And so each time that I come to Monster Producer, I have a new way of thinking about my business that is different than before, and that's what I love coming to these events for.
We've been a part of Monster Producer as a company for about a year, and it's been really good for our team to kind of see the strategies that he teaches and the things he does to motivate and agitate, get our prey drives going to do more things. He actually helped us see things a little bit different. Like he says, you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame, so he gave us some things to look at from outside so that we could look at it in a way that our customers would benefit, and then we would speed up the cycle to our benefit as well.
Jay Cash, the auctioneer here. I've been in Monster Producer for I think going on about 2 years now, and it's the real deal. And it's really been one of the best decisions I've ever made. A lot of times Coach talks about a 43% increase in your business. I feel that number out the door. Just the last year, in our second year, our business saw what was already a record amount of growth. To last year, we did 67% increase in business.
Welcome back to Super Coach. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Everybody needs a good coach in their life. If you don't have somebody coaching you, here's the problem. You're not going to have your prey drive reactivated. That prey drive goes dormant. I know, because I coach a lot of people. It's cotton candy, man. It tastes good for a second, and then you run out of steam, and then you experience guilt. A good coach will not let you do that. So if you're not in my coaching program, it's $14.97 1 year. You get old Coach Burt every Monday at 4:30. You don't get Coach Kurt. You sign up for them other coaching programs, you get somebody else, right, Daniel Hodges? You don't get the main dude. So in Coach Burt's program, you get Coach Burt. You get 2 live sessions a month. You get a private Facebook group. You get discounts on my events. I got a boot camp coming up this week, Wednesday and Thursday, and I'm going to blow some people's minds. I'm going to go so hard on that selling system. I'm going to push so hard on that selling system. When they walk out of there, those people are going to be on fire. And if you're not sending people, if you're not sending your top salespeople to me or your bottom salespeople, something's bad wrong with you, folks. Something is bad wrong with you. Do you want them to perform or not perform? Trained people always outperform untrained people. Now, today, one of the things we're going to teach on Wednesday and Thursday is how to get in the door. How do you get in the door with anybody? If you want to get access to President Trump, how you do it? If you want to get access to a CEO, how do you do it? If you want to get access to a key decision maker, how do you do it? If you want to get access to me, how do you do it? Like, how do you open the door? So many people are pitiful at this, and they use the excuse, well, I couldn't get in touch with them. Did you send a pigeon? Did you get on a train? Did you fly in? Did you call 17 times? Did you text message? Did you video message? Did you voice text? What did you do to get in the door? Here's the deal. There is no shortage of opportunity. There's only a shortage of courage. There's only a shortage of opportunity, of confidence. There's no shortage of money. There's a shortage of picking up that phone and making an effort, okay? I've been following up with this insurance dude for probably 17 to 20 times. Today I sent an email. Have you noticed how hard I've worked to earn your business? Has anybody else ever worked this hard? I'm going to send you my full day. There's the assets that you need. I'm going to send you my full day on $1 Million follow-up. Send this to your agents. Use it. It's on me. It's free. I'm going to go ahead and start coaching you before you even hire me. He finally, after 17 times, Jack, got back to me. right? Here's how I feel about that. Come on, man. 17 times? That's what he needs to be doing. Oh, coach is in the house. That's what he needs to be thinking, because I could bring some thunder to that dude. He don't even know, man. He's using somebody else. He don't even know Karen Beals, what we could bring to the table. Okay, but I made up my mind. I'm the prize. Remember that. I'm the person of interest. I'm flipping the script. I'm the buyer versus the seller. He don't want it. Somebody else does. Some will, some won't. So what? What's up, Randy? Andy Garrison? I almost called you Randy. I'm so excited. Now, what we're talking about is how to get in the door to your bigger future, right? Stevie Zavisa, how do you get in the door with the key decision makers? Quit messing around with people that ain't going to buy anything. They don't want to produce, don't want to do anything. So here's some basics that I would tell you guys. These are basic things that I'm trying to teach my 7-year-old daughter. Number one, get your head up. Do you know how many adults walk around with their head down, David Perez? With their just I call it knees and elbows, man. Knees and elbows, Brad Meeks. They're just walking around. Okay? They don't have their head up. Opportunities up ahead of you. Opportunities up ahead of you. Opportunities in front of you. It's not behind you. The past is finite. The future is infinite, holds unlimited possibility. Right, Brad Meeks? Right, Joe? You got to get your head up. I see people all the time, man. Hey, how you doing? Here's them. No opportunity is going to come to you with your head down, looking in the past, feeling sorry for yourself, complaining about something. There is no opportunity, Brad Blazer, until you get your head up, you meet and greet, and you bring in incredible energy. You connect to another person. You find the problem you can help them solve. So when you think on this, how good are you when you meet people? Do you get your head up? Do you meet and greet? Do you connect? Do you build rapport? Some people say you should rapport build. Some people you shouldn't. I've never gone wrong by being friendly and nice to people. I've never gone wrong by bringing good energy. I've never gone wrong by talking to a person. I've never penalized by having a good attitude. You penalize, too many people make it hard on themselves when they got a terrible attitude. Nobody wants to associate with you. Nobody wants to bring business to you. Nobody wants to send you referrals when you got a bad attitude, when you don't call people back, when you don't respond, when you don't, like you're never going to get to the next frequency and get in the door if you're not dependable and reliable. So here's some questions I would have for you. If you're trying to open doors or get in any door, number one, what do you have to offer? See, maybe your confidence level is so low that you don't think you even deserve to be in the room. This past weekend, I spoke with Tim Grover and Ed Milet. And I know, I love both of those dudes, by the way. Both of them are world-class at what they do. But here's what else I know. I'm world-class at what I do. My deserve level is there. I've put in the time. I've practiced. Okay, I'm ready. Put me in the game. You got to believe that you deserve to be in the room with anybody, anywhere. They're no better than you. They're no more talented than you. They have a skill set and you have a skill set. Until you believe this, guys, you predetermine which doors you're getting. Like, I can never get that dude's attention. Like, I've been calling people today that are running $20, $30 million companies. And I'll cold call them. Hey, this is Coach Burt. Hey, so-and-so told me. I got no reservation whatsoever. No consideration whatsoever. A consideration is an internal thought that prohibits an external action. It is an internal thought that prohibits an external action. So, let me ask you some questions. What's your free prize? What are you bringing to the table that I can't get anywhere else? What are you bringing to the table that I can't get anywhere else? I'd love to hear this. If you have my phone number and you're watching this and you want to call in today, I'm not going to publish my public phone number, my personal cell number, but if you have it, you want to call into Super Coach, call in. I'll put you on the air with me. I want to know what your free prize is. The free prize, Lori Wilson, is something I can't get anywhere else but with you. Could be your knowledge, could be your skill, could be your desire, could be your confidence, could be your likability, could be your deep networks, could be your connectivity, but there's something you got that I can't get anywhere else. What is it? What do you bring to the table? Because networking is not about what you get, it's what you give. I got a connection. I got an energy. I got a strategy. I got an idea. I got a value. When you leave me, you're going to have a feeling of increase, not decrease. And that's what you got to bring to every table, okay? You got to bring this table. So what do you bring to the table? Let's just look at the person of interest ingredients. These are ingredients of all people of interest. So if you're out there in the world and you're thinking, how do I open any door? You got to raise your status. And the way you raise your status is by having something valuable, Ron Lampley, that other people want. You can't have a commodity. Like, you got to think, I got a very special skill set that other people want. I am a specialist, not a generalist. I'm in demand. I'm not chasing. I'm not trying to convince you. Either you see it or you don't see it. Now, I do strategy sessions with anybody. If you want to do a strategy session with me, free. 15 minutes, but I only have one rule. You got to be serious, man. You got to be serious about getting better. Now, when I do that strategy session, I'm going to make a recommendation. Right, Jack? And I'm going to say, this is what you need to do. Now, you got to have the guts to do it. Okay? You got to have the guts to do it. All right, we got a phone call. All right, we got a phone call here. Let me go. Let me get you in here. All right, I got Mike Brooks. Mike Brooks joining Super Coach. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, Coach? How are you today?
Man, I'm doing good.
As always.
I'm just in the studio, a little monster. Hey, what about this? A little monster producer.
A monster producer.
Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Yes,
Talk to
sir.
me, man. What's going on? What question you got for old Super Coach?
So, Coach, right now I'm working on building a concierge business in the car business.
I like
right?
it. I like this.
A lot of people, especially women, even men, some just don't have the time or the desire to go deal with it. So, new pre-owned or pre-owned cars are the dealers that I'm working with.
Okay.
So when I go work with these guys, the question is always, well, what do we need to pay you?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not trying to because I'm not charging my clients. You know, I'm trying to help the people and make the process easier. We'll even deliver the car to the home and all that good stuff, paperwork, etc. However, how would you track that down to yourself on just coming up with a number for yourself in the market?
Well, what I'm hearing you say, let's just play this out. If I was the person, all right, you're my personal concierge, and I tell you I want 2 Range Rovers.
Right.
Right? I like that black package, Mike, with the right that Carpathian gray with the black package. Okay, and I tell you, that's what I want, Mike. You're gonna go get it for me. You're gonna go handle it for me. You're gonna go do all that stuff for me, right?
Right.
Are you gonna charge me? Or are you gonna make your money off the Range Rover dealership?
I make my money with the Range Rover dealership.
Okay.
I don't charge my clients. I want to save them time, money, and energy.
I like where you're going. I do think wealthy people would probably pay you a flat fee for you to handle everything. Okay, so don't rule that out. Don't rule out that there could be a fee. Hey, look, I got a fee of $500, whatever, and the fee. I handle all this for you, Coach. I'm gonna go get the Range Rovers. I'm gonna personally deliver them over here. I'm gonna drive them to your office, Coach, so you don't have to leave, so you can look at them. You ain't got to go to the Range Rover dealership.
Right.
Then I'm gonna handle the purchase of the vehicle. You gonna negotiate on my behalf?
Yes.
See, now you're getting into some real value, because I recently purchased 2 Range Rovers, and I had to go sit there all day to do it, right? And I had to negotiate, and I had to get it. Then I got to get my tags put on. Then I got to figure out how to work them. Like, there is a value in what you're offering here. It's just how do we place a monetary value on it? Is it worth $500 to me? Is it worth $1,000 to me? See, I can see you making money on both sides of the equation, with the dealership and with the consumer.
Right, and I see where you're at with that, Coach. Honestly, I just didn't want to cancel myself out early on by putting a number on the client. However, you know, with certain situations like you just described with the Range Rovers, bringing them back for test drives where you basically don't have to leave where you are.
That's right.
Or we meet there, and that time and money and that I'm putting in, that's where that flat fee from, you know, the client can help me out.
Now, I think you need to get a little demonstrated capacity. I think you need to work the kinks out of the system. You know, when I first started speaking, I spoke probably 200 times for free. And then I started charging. So that's what I've been doing, Coach.
I've just been doing it for free, so I get all the kinks together. And then, you know, when it comes to that time where I'm like, all right, like I could charge for it and make it flawless experience. However, it's just like, all right, let me build up the brand first.
Yeah, I think you're on the right path. I'd just put some packages together. I like giving people 3 options. I got a premier package. Premier package means I go get the vehicles, bring them to you, right to your house. I do this, and this. I got a mid-range package, and I got a starter package, and I give people 3 options, big guy.
Perfect, got you. That's what I needed, Coach.
All right, Mike. Have a great day. Thanks for calling Super Coach.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
If you're out there, you want to call into the Super Coach. If you got my private number, Oh, Mike Brooks has got it. Call in. I'll be happy to answer your question. I'm going to have a new number next week that I'm going to push out during the show that you can call in. I'd be happy to take any phone calls because today we're talking how to open the door. What Mike was saying there, I like his strategy. I like high-end concierge businesses like Stephen Hotze. I was just at Hotze Health and Wellness, got all my tests done. They send me back in a text message all of my key information. Here's the dosages you need to take. Here's your levels where it's at. It's high-end concierge medicine. Stephen F. Hotze, Hotze Health and Wellness out in Houston, Texas. That's what Mike's doing right there. Take the problem. Like when I got these Range Rovers, I love them, by the way. But I had to do a lot of the work. I had to go there, spend all day Saturday, negotiate, find one, put the tags on, do the deals. Thank goodness I got a great personal assistant in Melissa Cole because she did most of that stuff. But my point is, it was a lot of my time. Now, what is the value of your time? Is it worth $300 an hour? Is it worth $500 an hour? Is it worth $1,000 an hour? Okay. Now, Diego said, got a group of 300 veterans that are hungry for the right wisdom. Great. Diego, let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about doing a webinar for those people. Email in. Okay. Looks like we got another phone call. All right. Looks like we got another caller here. Stevie Z.
Good afternoon, Super Coach. How we doing?
I'm doing great today, man. How are you doing today? Thank you for calling to the show.
Well, thanks for having me. I was just going to say my answer to the free prize would be I am surrounded by an awesome group here as a team, and quite a few of them are just flat-out experts.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't have that.
That's right.
I could go to 2 or 3 of these guys here, and they will know excellent information and give me the perfect advice that I would need to help any of my clients and give them the best advice that they could possibly get.
Now, let's talk about that because you're saying that's my free prize is the team and unit and the strength of the team that I have versus other real estate companies, other real estate people that just got themselves and they don't have this team of resources. That's what you're saying the free prize is, right?
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to tell you another free prize I think you have. I think you have the ability to connect to anybody, anywhere, anytime, and make people feel comfortable and make people laugh. And that is very critical to selling something, right? I think that's one of your great free prizes is you have a sharp wit, a sharp chemistry, sharp charisma about you. And that is very important because one of the things I put in here is the way I open a lot of doors, Stevie, is through my personality. I smile, I get my head up, I meet and greet people, I have fun, I joke, right? Like that's the way that's the way I open the door with so many big time people, man. As I have, I'm in this tap out program with Jorge, my trainer. He's got me doing tap out, which is this real aggressive 45 to 60 minute workout in the morning where you punch and kick and you do all this stuff. Well, the dude that does it, Mike Karpenko, has got just an infectious enthusiasm about him, man. He's smiling and upbeat and funny and pushing. And the whole time I'm doing this work, I'm like, man, I like that dude. I liked him so much, I wanted to call him and say, like, Mike, man, you're cool, man. Let's just hang out.
Very inviting mentality.
Let's just hang out with each other, Mike. Let's like you're a cool dude. I wanted to find out more information about him. And I think you got to have a contagious confidence about you, a contagious energy about you. I think you got to bring real value. And here's the biggest thing I think your team does. We're talking about the Tommy Davidson team over there at John C. Jones. We're talking, you guys do a great job of follow-up. You follow up like crazy. You thank your customers. You stay involved with their lives. You show up at their coaching programs. You get on those Super Coach Airlines with Coach, don't you?
That's right.
You never know what's going to happen when you show up with Coach Bird. I may put you on that private jet, fly you down to Atlanta.
That's what happened to me, folks. That's what happened to me a couple weeks ago. I happened to go up there to Coach's in the morning, did a great seminar, and then an hour later, Coach said, hey, why don't you go with me to Atlanta? I said, right now? He said, well, not right this second, but here in about 2 hours, meet me at the airport. 2 hours, we'll go to Atlanta.
I love it.
Was fun. It was great.
Hey, was that not a game changer for you, getting on that private jet?
Yeah.
Hey, expand your mind, man. Expand your think. There's no way you can't expand your mind and think going 400 or 500 miles an hour, 30,000 feet in the air. Man, it's expansion. So Stevie Z,
some very talented folks.
Man, thank you for calling to Super Coach. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
So, folks, what we've been talking about today, sorry I couldn't get to some of the other calls there. Paula Bryson, look at all my hometown folks coming on here, Jack. I'm bringing it back to Woodbury, Tennessee. Don't think I ever left you, by the way. I love you guys in Woodbury, Tennessee. Mickey Vincent, I talk about you every day. Mickey Vincent's that coach that changed my life at 6 years old. Said, son, one of these days you're going to be a great coach. Had a big revelation. Paula Bryson, love that girl. Went to high school with her. Jay Cash is on here. Okay, doing it. Proud of you, Jay, man. You're going to be speaking all over the world soon. So let's finish this show up, guys. Today we've been talking about how to open the door. I'm starting to take calls on Super Coach now. Next week we'll have a number posted for you. Anybody can call in, talk with those Super Coach, get some counsel, get some wisdom, or just catch up. A lot of old friends watching today, Jack. So what are we talking about, guys? What's your free prize? What do you bring to the table? What's your key ingredients if you're trying to open doors, right? How do people feel when they're with you? Do they have a feeling of increase? Do they have a feeling of decrease? I don't want to spend time with people where I feel judged. I don't want to spend time with people where I feel like my confidence is low. I don't want to spend time with people that just take. Okay, I want to spend time with people that give. I want to spend time with people that come in and have a feeling of increase in my life. And sometimes, listen, when you understand assets and liabilities, asset adds, a liability subtracts. So how do you be an asset to people? You add something. What do you add? You add energy. You add possibility. You add confidence. You add a contact. You add a network. You add, right? Like you add, man. Every time you're with a person, add. Get your head up, smile, meet and greet, know what you have to offer. Okay? And the way you become a buyer versus a seller is you cultivate a skill set that is so strong. I talk about this in my book, Single Digit Millionaire, my new book. Okay, my new book that's out right now, Single Digit Millionaire, is how to go from where you are to where you're capable of going, how to transition. I talk about primary skill. Build that primary skill where it's so strong that other people want it. You are the buyer versus the seller. You don't have to sell it. It's good. Okay, it's good, man. You got something they want. Have something that will create increase and have an angle that they've not thought of. So let me finish the show with this. Paula Bryson, love you too. Thank you. Thank you, Diego. Thank you all the people who've been watching the show today. You can get this show on iTunes, Super Coach, right, Jack? Get it on iTunes. You can watch it on my YouTube channel. Every week, I'm going to do a great job of bringing these to you. Okay, old monster producer is going to come in here every single week. What's up, Brian Covey? Good to see you, big guy. So let's finish it up with this. I'm teaching negotiation in the month of February to my monster producers, and I've been studying top negotiators, Chris Voss. I've been studying Oren Klaff, and I keep coming back to this same thing. Part of negotiating anything is knowing that the adversary is not the other person. The adversary is the situation. You are really two people trying to accomplish something. You are partnering to accomplish something, and the situation is the roadblock. Okay? It's not the other person is the roadblock. The situation is the roadblock. And one of the things, if you're ever going to be great at negotiating, you got to decide is you are the prize. You have something valuable to offer other people. You are the person of interest. You can walk away if it's not a good deal for you. There is no shortage of opportunity. When you make up your mind that I'm looking for a win-win or no deal, I'm looking for a win for me and a win for you, or it's a no-deal situation, because you are the prize. You are the person of interest. It's purely a game of volume, right? For every 30 people you talk to, 4.8 are going to be interested. That's the law of diffusion. Now, how do you get in the room? You got to have something valuable to offer. Quit seeing networking as a game of handing out business cards and start seeing network as a game of connecting. When I meet people out in the world, I say, man, you're a cool person. Diego, you're a cool person. Let me get your number. Let me schedule a strategy call with you to follow up with you and spend 15 minutes with you. Just connecting. Notice I didn't say try to sell you something. I'm not following up with you to try to sell you something. I'm following up with you to connect on if we'd be a good fit for each other, okay? So for you, this is very critical. You got to become world-class at getting in the door. You got to quit using the excuse that you can't get access to key decision makers, because it's not true. An excuse is a self-proclaimed opt-out clause. You are a person of interest. You are the free prize. You are something that other people want. Now, I got two things coming up I want you to think about. If you're a couple, trying to get your partner on board, Get on down to the Greatness Factory February 13th for Living with a Monster. That'll be my wife, Natalie, and I. We'll be talking about how to live with an obsessed person, how to build a life of intentional congruence, how to make it work, man. You can go to my website right now, coachbird.com. We feed you. We got food, drinks, and a great presentation. That's the night before Valentine's Day. So if you've always wondered what to do sweet for your sweetheart, bring them on down to the Greatness Factory. Could be the best thing you ever do for you and them. And then February 27, 28, out at the Lodge, I'm doing Monster Marketer. That's Jonathan Hawkins and I have partnered, and we're going to be doing something really, really good together. If you think you got a marketing problem, and most people do, you don't have a talent problem, you got a marketing problem. So we're going to help you build a marketing plan for you. And when I went through this exercise, we probably found $2 million of missing structures that we had in our marketing. We're going to help you at Monster Marketers. So go to coachbird.com, sign up for those boot camps. Get in there with me, get in the room, and let me help you perform at a higher level. We believe everybody needs a coach in life. We believe a good coach can change your life. And every single week, I bring you Super Coach to build your life, to build your money, to build your finances, to build everything to help you get an increase. I'm Coach Michael Burt. You guys have a great day. My name is Coach Michael Burt, and I have a very basic premise. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. Every single week I come to you, multiply your life and your money and your business. I see work as the distribution channel for your God-given talents. I wrote that little book called Changing Lives Through Coaching because I believe what? A good coach can change your life.